Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is all part of a grand plot to turn me into a Thai farmer. Sawadee ka, another beautiful morning in Thailand, and this morning we are harvesting
Mak Gwen.
Anyway, so it's the seeds of these really big trees here. First, let me show you how we harvest when it's way off the ground. Before you watch this, I want you to realize that the people doing the harvesting here, the guy up the tree, he's not young. He's like grandpa age. Can your grandpa do this?
So there you see Grandpa way up in the tree in the name of collecting Ma Gwen. Ma Gwen has been compared to the Chinese spice Mara, which is kind of hot, but Ma Gwen and Mara, they're not hot like chili. They're hot in their own way. They're sort of numbing. Sometimes your tongue feels kind of numb after you've been eating it, and the Ma Gwen has a very distinctive flavour of its own. It's used in a lot of northern Thai dishes, including the famous larb. But as you'll see, getting to the seeds of this enormous tree is not the easiest thing in the world, and it may also not be the best thing for marital relations. Because what's going on here is we have old mate up the tree, he's cutting down these huge bunches of seeds, and they are basically flying through the air towards his wife's head. Her job is, of course, to pick up the bunches and make them into neat little bundles. But how conducive this is to marital bliss, I cannot comment.
So you can actually smell the spices in the air all the time at this time of year. It's ready for harvest and we are literally surrounded by these giant trees. So once we go through the process of cutting it down from the trees, then you have to dry it. And you have to dry it for a few days to a week. You need to have air circulation from underneath. Sometimes people dry it in ovens, but obviously it's much more environmentally friendly to just do it with the sun. So here we have a huge drying house. So we've got the mesh here, so we get that circulation from underneath, and we have a roof, not made out of the most biodegradable materials, I have to concede. But anyway, you want to get that sun's heat through, and you do not want the dew or the rain to be making your herbs and spices moldy. So there we go. Hello gorgeous people, it is the next day, and as you can see we have our Mak Gwen harvested and laid out to dry in a little drying house. So come and have a little look.
So here you have the green Ma Gwen. It's still encapsulated inside its little pods. But as it dries out, those pods will open and the seed will fall out onto the green matting, and then we will have our spices. And here is our Ma Gwen, dried, and you can see how the tiny black seeds are now emerging out of the dried pods.
It will end up in a spice jar and somebody will make it into larb. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is all part of a grand plot to turn me into a Thai farmer. I have been stuck here in Thailand for so long with COVID. It's been like a year and a half now. And you know, a girl's got to eat. So here we are in the garden. There's the coffee as well, and there's tea. Come and have a look at this. This bush here is Assam tea. And you might be able to see how all of these leaves, like there's only half a leaf there, the tips have been picked off them. And that's because when you harvest, you only harvest the tips because it's the best bit of the tea.
So there you go. Next time you eat some traditional larb, you will know where that distinctive flavour is coming from. This particular harvest of Ma Guen will come out at about 500 kilos, which is an awful lot of spice.
Anyway, this has been enough of me masquerading as a Thai farmer, and on Thursday we will be back to motorcycles and delinquency. Catch you later.